Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the June edition of How Time Flies, the video newsletter from High Plains Western Heritage Center here in Spearfish. I'm Brian Leslie, along with Executive Director Carla Scovell. Carla, always a pleasure.
Brian.
Boy, it's already summer.
Yeah.
It's here, things are getting busy. Let's recap May and then tell you what's coming up for June. First of all, in May, started with the buses.
Boy, it did. We welcome back the Institute for Educational Travel with the Road Scholars. Diamond Tours is back, Colette Tours, as well as our first season with them. And it's been a wild ride and fun. And boy, yes, how time flies.
And school groups were here in mass.
We did. We had Moore Crops, Wyoming, Dupree, to name a few.
Yeah.
Belfouche was back, of course, and Ulrich's down by Hot Springs.
Also, the bookstore's been moved.
It has. We changed the gallery into the bookstore this season. Put a couple benches in there so that you could sit down and take some time to look at the books and decide which one you want. It also provided more room in our gift shop to expand our line. We now
Sure.
have some t-shirts and other area souvenir memorabilia. So families, don't forget, when your folks come in from out of town, we're a great place to buy your local souvenirs.
I know you wanted to say a special thank you to Doug Schmidt also.
Yes, Doug Schmidt, our ex officio for the past 2 years, appointed by Mayor Boak. We've been very grateful to have him on board. He's been a huge support and a great liaison between us and the City Council. So we welcome in his replacement, George Martin. But as Doug, as you leave and move on to bigger and better things, we just thank you again for your service to us.
Yep, and wish him well, absolutely. And also, Carla, we have the Cowboy Supper and Show featuring Dallas Sellers and Gordy Pratt is well underway, began entertaining for the tour groups in May, and will continue to do so in June, along with Old West Dutch Oven Catering from Piedmont. That's a mouthful to say.
It is.
And they provide more than a mouthful for the meal, too. It's very, very, very good. And in July, starting in July, it will be open to the public on Tuesdays and Thursday nights.
Right, starting July 10th, going through August 2nd.
And you can buy your tickets online if you go to westernheritagecenter.com or look for a link in this particular e-newsletter. Also, you'll find a link to the page where you can buy tickets online. So that'll be nice and handy for you.
And I'd like to add, we are getting reservations from around the nation through that.
Oh, that's awesome.
We are very excited.
It's a big, big deal
It really
coming
is.
this summer. Also, we've got some groups coming in. You've got some full-time RVers.
And they're going to be enjoying the Cowboy Supper Show as well. Monday night, June 18th, we'll have 98 of them here.
Wow.
We're excited to host that group as well.
Speaking of groups, the American Legion is going to be in here with one of their meetings, conventions.
Yeah, they're having their statewide convention here in Spearfish. And on Friday night, the 8th, we get to host them for dinner. So
All
we're excited
right,
about
going to
that.
be up here for dinner at the
150
center.
of them.
Not bad. And then I also know that you have a very special group coming in June as well. Do you want to talk about that?
I do. We are really excited to be able to meet the Kercheval family coming from around the nation for a family reunion. They're going to be gathering in Rapid City, and we will host them for a lunch here. It's not open to the public, but they are going to be utilizing our theater and enjoying some time here to reminisce with their family on Friday, June 15th. And Paul Higby is going to be a significant part of that as well. They've
Sure.
invited him to give them a tour of some of the historic places that mean a lot to their family around our community.
Yeah. And for folks that may not be familiar, if you're watching this, talk about the significance of the Kercheval family to the Western Heritage Center.
Well, the Kercheval family is an African-American family whose matriarch, actually Mary Kercheval, and her family actually homesteaded the area that this property is actually on. And it was then purchased by the Riggs from the Kerchevals. And then they expanded and they lived to various other parts of the Black Hills. Mary Kercheval had been a cook for General Custer. She
Yeah.
was with the expedition.
Well, yeah.
But we're going to learn a lot more about that family and be able to have a better display. And because
Yeah.
we get African American guests from all over the nation that want to know about the Black history, the African American history. So we've been working to develop that. Fort Meade's been assisting us in that, and so we have a little more information here about some of the Buffalo Soldiers as well as the Kerchevals and some of the other
Sure.
Aunt Sally.
Aunt Sally, Sarah Campbell.
Yes, and Joyce Jefferson, of course, has been a huge part of that from Rapid City. She comes in and portrays those three ladies for us
And she'll be doing that.
on Mondays occasionally.
Yeah.
And
And-
she'll be doing that as well. Yes, you're right on the
Sure.
for the Kercheval family.
Absolutely. Bringing history to life. That's
Yes,
what we're
a
all
lot
about.
of action around here.
Well, let's talk for a second about some history that happened, oh boy, back in 1876. And that's with Charles Nolan, who was a mail carrier, letter carrier, as I understand it, after the Pony Express had ended. But he was similar to what the Pony Express did, riding on horseback, delivering mail. And he was murdered in this area near Sturgis back in 1876 while on duty. And there's been a monument erected in Sturgis that's been right along Junction Avenue, right in front of the hospital there, that was moved with the reconstruction of the hospital. Well, the monument is now going to be rededicated, and I know that you guys are helping to support that.
Yes, we're just trying to come alongside Fort Meade in a small way. They've given us their postcards. They have a really nifty fundraiser that you can purchase one of their postcards for $1. We have some here, and I'm sure they're around the area as well. And it will be, once you've addressed it, stamped it, and it will be hand canceled and then delivered to the mailbox by a mounted mail carrier on
Wow.
June 15th.
By mounted mail carrier,
Yep.
just like in the old days. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, another part of history that High Plains here is helping to preserve, protect, and promote also.
Yes.
So that's a very cool thing.
Right, and Fort Meade, we love to be able to give back to them. They've been a huge support to us.
Yes,
as
Randy
we've
Binder has
developed-
been so good to the center
Well,
over the
yeah,
years,
it comes
and
from-
others too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we are underway with summer. I hope to see you out here at the High Plains Western Heritage Center. Check out the newsletter. If you'd like to be on the e-news list, just drop us a line at info@westernheritagecenter.com. We'll get you on that email list. Carla, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and we'll see you here at the center.